Hey, what's going on, guys? GoMegaGenzo here. In this video we're going to be having some fun with tuning our evaluation functions. So before we start, just a few words regarding the development progress. So I've moved all the GUI interacting part into the HTML file. First I didn't really want to do that, but then I realized that as far as I already have all these API functions to work with my chess engine, it would be better to provide to do all this stuff in the separate HTML file. At very least, this would be serving as an example of how the API could have been used. And also, I've added a few buttons here to be able to manipulate the chess engine. It's not playing versus you yet, so I just can manually make the moves. By the way, I can undo the moves using the engine take back and followed by the engine update board. So all these are API functions I've provided, but also we can force engine we can start a new game, and also we can force engine to make some sort of moves. At the moment I've turned off the p-square table evaluation off. I mean, all the p-square tables are initialized to 0, so it only calculates the material. It has such a weird behavior, but this is the exact thing that we're supposed to be playing around with in this video. So actually no programming skills is needed in order to follow this sort of a video. Well, I don't consider it to be a tutorial. It's more like having some fun, but anyway. And by the way, that's something that I kickstarted with even before I know how to code, and already I was kind of interested in kind of changing the behavior, the playing style of a chess engine. So this might be a very exciting video for those of you guys who's interested to how one can manipulate the playing style of a chess engine without any programming knowledge. So all you need to be able of doing is changing these values within this 6 tables. Well, obviously I will change the values, and probably at the time when you would be watching this video, the values would be, well, definitely they won't be equal to 0. They would be completely different. But anyway, this p-square tables is something that you can encounter in whatever engine, and the benefit of playing around with the JavaScript engine is that you don't actually need to compile it. So you can just open the source code and the tech in your code editor or text editor, and just manipulating the values, and that would be causing the engine to change the playing style. So I hope this is going to be quite pretty exciting. And well, later on I would probably provide some ability for a user to change the playing style within the UI itself, when I would be making some more examples. And probably I should use Bootstrap CSS framework in order to prettify the buttons to make them a little bit more user-friendly, but now just a proof of concept. So probably without further ado, we'll now start, and by the end of this video, when I will feel that the evaluation is, well, obviously nobody's tuning evaluation by hands the way I'm supposed to be showing you in this video. It's just to have fun, basically. People using complicated machine learning algorithms to actually even to initialize these tables, or if they have some values, to tune these values. So there are really lots of complicated machine learning based techniques in order to achieve that. But in this video we would be going for handcrafted stuff completely. So without further ado, let's actually start. So my Wukong chess engine currently supports only 2 evaluation terms. So this is the material weight, which is needed just simply in order to know the piece weights. So like this is the relative value for a pawn, and by the way, the values were supposed to be the bonuses that were supposed to be given for positional kind of advantages, like advancing pawn to to the center, say, it would be relative to the this is called centipawn score. So this scores would be relative to the centipawn scores. So we see that knight is, so this is the pawn. So here plausible here are the white pieces, and these are the black pieces weight. So we have pawn, knight, bishop, rook, queen, king, and same for black pieces. By the way, if you want the engine to keep the bishop pair, you can set the bishop value to 350 here and here as well. This should be symmetric, and in this case it would be considering to exchange a knight for a bishop, but I don't really want that behavior. I had that behavior for a long time, but and at this particular within this particular experiment I don't really want that behavior. So yeah, so this is it regarding the material, and then, well, I just don't really want to be torturing you with the source code, because if you don't know how to code, that wouldn't really make much sense to you. But just a quick overview that here we assign the score depending on what square current piece is located, and this mirror square is used in order to mirror the dispositional square table for the opposite side. So just to give you an idea, so if let's say we have these two values equals to, well, let's say 30, it would be trying to advance pawns to e2, to e3, d3, and respectively d6, d7, d6, e7, e6. So let me just demonstrate you this. So okay, hold on a sec. Yeah, this is it. So you see, like now it's advancing these pawns because we have these values, but we don't have this 30 here and here, only here. But due to the fact of having this mirror square table, it actually gets exactly mirrored evaluation for the opposite side. So just to bear in mind, like how this works. So we can adjust our evaluation from the white side, from the perspective of the white player. So I hope that's clear. And also the very last thing, so just to give a brief idea of what in particular, of what kind of behavior I'm supposed to achieve here is, I don't know if you're aware of very rare versions of Fritz chess engine by ChessBase, versions from 5 to 12. They had an amazing tactical style, and unfortunately I can't find a copy of those versions now, and so I can't test them. But I remember kind of the playing style and how in particular it was developed in pieces. So this was something like, so he was playing like this here, and then, oh, sorry, this was a bad idea. I'm sorry, this was a bad idea. So let's say here, castles and castles. So it was positioned like this. Then he was just advancing the pawns like knights and so on. So this is some sort of a move. This is some sort of a order of moves that I would love to have after this initial tuning of my p-square tables. So what I was just doing by hands, this is assumed to be kind of calculated and searched by the engine. And one last thing is, at the moment I've set the search depth equals to 1. That's a very bad idea if you want to play versus a chess engine, but it's incredibly useful when you're debugging your positional square tables, because in this case they have the most influence on what happens on the chessboard, basically. So only question search actually makes sure to not blunder any pieces, but the main Nigamax search actually goes to fix depth search of 1. So yeah, I think now we can go. So yeah, let me just update this stuff, and yeah, so no evaluation has been tuned. So the very first thing to consider, I want to have 34 central squares, and probably, well, let me just be changing these values and already seeing like how this is gonna be working. So move. Okay, so well, he started with the D4, not with the E4, because within the piece list there's some sort of a data structure holding this, where the associations with between the pawns and the squares. So it just starts from the left side. That's the reason why D4 starts. Well, actually, to make sure that it would start kind of with E4, we can make it like this. So just to give you an idea, so now we start with the e4. But, well, I'm not sure, basically, this is kind of interesting idea. Well, but the Freitas was considering d4, I truly remember that. And he was considering e4 when he was going for a deeper search, and that was already the matter of a search itself in order to consider some other move. Well, okay, so maybe we could make it like 30, 30, 30, and I think here 30 as well is gonna be a good idea. So I don't really want the f pawn to be moving because it's not really that great idea. Well, also there is a thing like using different tables for opening and for an end and for the end game, but that's a completely different story. So here in particular would be only dealing with opening tables. Well, I'm not yet sure whether I'm supposed to be doing the interpolating logic between the opening and the end game scores. But anyway, so okay, c4. Should we consider? Well, just I believe it would just specify c4 like this. It would just be start. It would start moving with the c4 because it's the leftmost pawn, which is not really that great. Yeah, but this structure might be quite pretty nice already. Hold on a sec. This is interesting. I'm just wondering. It's like a Queen's Gambit declined. It's not really that bad, basically. I don't know, maybe well, if I give, I'm not sure. For pawns, generally I just want the centralizing stuff, so I might want to, so well, okay, let me just try to, so c3 is a bad idea because it would be better to put a knight on c3, and the same for f3. Well, f3 actually not, it's better not to touch it at all at some point, but well, it's hard to say. It needs testing basically. Well, we can still do it because assuming the leftmost, okay, let's make it 10, 30, and I don't know, should I consider the pawn advancement here? Well, if we want the pawns to be advancing in the end game, well, probably that should be, probably I just not gonna be doing this, at least for this, for the purposes of the demonstration in this video. Okay, now it's not really great, so it goes f4. I don't really like that opening, so let's try to avoid that behavior. Okay, so move. Yeah, now this is good. Yeah, now this is something that I really like. Okay, so we have this sort of a structure. Okay, let's move to the knight. So the very first thing, we need to say that it's bad for knights to stay on their initial squares, actually. I don't know, maybe 10 is a little bit too much. Maybe we could have used 5. Yeah, maybe we could have used 5 like this. And also, it's a very bad idea for a knight to be on the edge of the board. So I think we could have take that into account as well. So it's kind of a bad idea for a knight to be at the board edge. Assuming the fact that I'm using the hexadecimal 88 board representation, the right part is not used actually. This O stands for off board, so this is just a constant flag in that we don't really have. So we're not using that at all. That is used in order to answer the simple question whether the square is on board or not, where the single bitwise AND operation. So okay, let's have a look. And it would have been nice to place the knight on c3 and on f3. So what kind of scores should I give him? Well, probably I should give him 30, so that's as equal as well, on the other hand, hold on a sec, maybe let's give it 20, and if so knight jumps from here to here, from here to here. So yeah, and here I would have 30 as well, 30 again. And also, so just trying to centralize the knights. Okay, let's have a look what we got so far. Okay, okay, now we're developing our knights. Okay, not that bad at all here. Okay, not that bad at all. So you see, like, we already, yeah, all the rest of pieces really behaves in a kind of quite pretty weird way, but I really like how the opening starts. Yeah, it's not undermining the center, but that would be the matter of a deeper search, simply just to make sure that it would get better. So we just would be trying to place knight or pawn in the center. Okay, this is good. So let's see. So knight jumps here and knight can jump here. So yeah, let's specify the central squares for knight. By the way, if you want your engine to play in a hyper-modern style, you can force the bishops going thin shadowing here and here, and forcing the pawns to go into like here. Well, just to give you an idea, it's absolutely weird thing that I'm supposed to be doing now, but so just see what happens if we just give this 70 bonus for bishop being thin shadowed. Well, at depth 1 it might not be working. Okay, so let me just also make, yeah, just doesn't see this at the depth 1, and let's say here we have like 50 and 50 here. So just to give you an idea how the bishop would get thin shadowed. Okay, so this is how it might happen. Okay, well, obviously it takes into account some, well, it didn't thin shadow the king square bishop, but anyway, just wanted to give you an idea like how the behavior could have been changed. Well, obviously that is not something that I want in my engine here, so instead, okay, so here, and I don't know, is this a good idea to have the knights on d3 and e3? Well, probably not really. So how knight goes, so here. Well, also it might be a good idea to have the knights on d and e squares, so if they're kind of walking through at some point. So let's have it like 10. I'm not sure about these squares. Let's have a look. Yeah, without the search doesn't really mean that much. Okay, so let's get rid of this stuff for a while. Okay, let's go to the bishops. So again, like, it's a bad idea for a bishop to stay in their initial squares, and bishop goes 1, 2, 3. So I want the bishop. Okay, so here. So let's give 30 to bishops here and here, and now it should be putting bishops on f5, on f4 and c4. So let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, now this is almost the game that I would actually really want to see. Okay, so did it just, okay, it didn't blunder the bishop, actually. It's a nice tactic, so just takes here. Yeah. And yeah, it's not that bad at all. Not that bad at all. So yeah, I would definitely need to increase. Okay, anyway, so another thing to consider. So queen, you remember I've been showing you in the very beginning the situation where let's say we have this sort of a scenario here. So knight goes, the bishops goes, and then queen to d2. So this is a good idea to have this queen on d2 or d7 respectively, and then So after again like this stuff is happening, then simply castling like this. Okay, so let's try to achieve this sort of a behavior. So let's give the only square for queen. So let's give queen. So how many? Well, let's give it 10 and see what happens. Okay, I'm just wondering, is he gonna be developing his queen? Yeah, he does. Okay, and the next thing, let's make it battle king opening. So king endgame is not yet on the cards. Just defined it, but didn't yet do anything with that. So let's have king opening. So let's say -20. So it's kind of a bad thing to have king in the center. Or okay, maybe. Okay, so we're sorry, it's the queen, it's not the king. King is here. So I don't know. Let's try consider queenside castling above kingside castling. Maybe let's give it 20 and let's give this 10. And on the deeper searches, it might be still castling, but I just want on lower. I just want to castle queenside on the lower depth searches. So let's have a look. Okay. Okay. What a fantastic game. Okay, it's not really that good that it just wakens the king. So probably I can probably just disallow this pawn movements by giving a slight penalty. So it would be considering some different moves. So let's give it kind of -5 here and -5 here respectively. And yeah, I think this is just good. So let's update and see what happens. Okay. 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 Yeah, it's not really that great. The pawns are coming. So how did that happen? Well, okay. Anyway. So rooks. So given some central bonus, so let's say, well, let's give him 20 here. No, let's give him 20 in the center. Let's give him 30 in this. So here it comes after castling, basically, right? Okay, no, here it goes. So it goes after castling. So here we might have only, let's say, 20. And also, just to encourage the rook go into the 7th rank, make it like so. Okay, and yeah, I think this is enough for a while. So what else? Yeah, it seems like it almost kind of almost enough for a while. Let's have a look. Oh, now it just, okay, this is not good. This is not good. So just, I dropped this. It doesn't castle anymore. It's bad thing. Okay, now this is good. Okay, and I probably don't want to load this. So let's make it. Okay, so after, well, maybe 20, maybe like this. This only the drafts. I would most likely change most of the values, but just for now, yeah. Yeah, so it already looks like something interesting at the moment. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it still moves the pawns away from the queen, but yeah, so it might be interesting. Well, okay. So I think it would be interesting to test how it plays. So in order to do that, I would probably run it via UCI protocol. So I hope I didn't break anything yet. So let's have a look at. So this engine also supports running in the console mode via the UCI protocol. So say like just mimic the commands that GUI sends, and let's say position, start, pause, and go depth, let's say 5. Yeah, it goes D2, D4. Okay, so I will now start the Arena GUI. I already have my JavaScript engine being connected there. For those of you who's interested how that is possible, this is how it is possible. So I'm sorry. Apply details. So the command line, instead of the engine executable, no, it's not this one, sorry. Instead of the engine executable, I'm using the Node.js, so that's the backend to run this engine. So it's the direct path to the Node.js, and here the command line parameters is like the path to the JavaScript file. So what I was doing here, I was saying like Node.js, WukongJS, but here I have Node.js installed in my system, like system wide. And here when I'm connecting, I'm just using the latest version of Node.js. So maybe just a little bit better or faster. Okay. Anyway, so let's give a level. Okay, let's play Blitz. That's 2 minutes. 1 second increment. Okay, and first I just want to see how the engine would be playing versus itself with this newly made updates on the evaluation. You see, like it plays for some reason it plays E4 on deeper within this deeper evaluations. Yeah, it goes for. Oh god, I forgot how this is called. No, it's not a Scotch game. It's called somewhat different. I just forgot this. Opening name was a bit strange. Why it goes knight to maybe trying to avoid the pain. Well, it's not the best ever option, to be honest, but I'm just really interested to see how in particular it would be playing. Well, obviously really lots of improvements should be done here. Well, by now plays kind of really weird moves, to be honest. It's not able to castle here. So why not to play d4? Yeah, hunting bishop doesn't really seem to be that great idea. Okay, doesn't really seem to be that great idea. But he castles queenside, which is not that bad. Okay, yeah, probably now goes queen d2 and then castles. Yeah, this is interesting. I believe he would go just queen d2 now and then try to castle queen. Well, Finchett and bishop against the king is not that bad at all. Okay. Okay, queen d2, perfect, just perfect. So this is how we can manipulate bishop g3, I believe. Nope. Well, it's also not that bad, basically. Okay. Not afraid of taking the bishop. Well, even goes kingside castling, believe it or not. Well, this is interesting. This is a really interesting thing. So, well, at very least now it's kind of like playing chess, which is already kind of good news. Okay, free, I believe. Yeah, which is not that bad at all. Okay, knight takes or pawn takes, also very good idea to open the b file. Unfortunately, it has no idea regarding the semi-open and open files at all. But yeah, okay, so it seems like quite pretty playable. So let me actually try to play versus this chess engine. I give myself a handicap. I would be playing with white pieces. I would be playing open like e4. I'm not going to be go for like b3, bishop b2, and some hypermodern styles. Just give engine more chances to beat me in the open positions. So let's have a look. Let's see what's going to be happening there. Okay. So it's playing d5. Okay. I don't really want to take it because okay. I just want to play one of my favorite systems here. Okay, not that bad so far. c5 is solid move, so I'm going to play bishop c4, d3 later, knight to f3. Okay. Well, actually now I can lose my bishop, which is a little bit of a bad idea to consider. But okay, let's keep developing. So I would exchange the bishop if nothing else. Okay. Okay, knight f6. No. Okay, so he goes for his queenside castling plan, which I personally really love, to be honest. Yeah. Attacking the pawn. Well, it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. And I'm going for a hack attack now. So I need to find a proper place for this bishop. Well, let's try to make this knight never come into the game. Okay, not that fast. Not that fast. Okay. So what else? Okay, I just want to undermine this c5 pawn. Try to push through. Probably it's not a good idea still, but just try to undermine this pawn. Well, actually, yeah, I didn't really manage to do much until this is protected. Okay, let's infiltrate with the knight. Also hitting the pawn, probably not doing much of that. Okay, so now I can build a pressure on. So can I go? Okay, did I just blunder a pawn? Yeah, it seems like. Oh man, nice tactics by WukongJS engine. Okay, yeah, now this is getting really bad, so I need, oh my god, what to do? Yeah, it just grabs my rook. Okay. Oh my god, I blundered a knight. What a horrible... Yeah, probably, yeah, most likely I'm about to lose this game. So let's try to exchange everything, go into the end game to make this disaster finish as soon as possible. Well, oh my god, I keep blundering pieces. I keep blundering my pieces. Okay, just giving pieces away. So let's see how is he going to execute me. So try to avoid mate in one here. Okay, so it's just gonna be getting rid of the backward pawn. It's quite pretty predictable from his side. Now he would try to... What? Hold on a sec. Now this was weird. Maybe I didn't fix my best move bug yet. Hold on a sec. b4 to b3. Oh my god, he's going for queen in here. Is he going for queen in? Yeah, now this was really cool. Okay, so it's not a blunder, definitely not a blunder. So he's just gonna crush me here. It wasn't a blunder, it was a tactics. So he just checkmates me now, that's it. I'm done. Okay, not that bad, WukongJS engine, I need to say. Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied. And the playing style is also quite pretty interesting. So, okay guys, I just wanted to give you an idea how one can alter the behavior of a chess engine by simply manipulating these values. Well, obviously, it's very far from what it should be eventually, but just wanted to give you a slight idea of how we can manipulate this behavior. So this is it from my side. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Until the next time, and take care.